up, 10 Scale Squad? Welcome back. And today we are going to talk about a brand that some people love and some people hate, but I happen to like them. Wltoys. Wltoys has been on the come up for a couple years now. And they make anything from boats and drones to drift cars, monster trucks, buggies, all kinds of good stuff. And today I thought we would take a look at the best of my Wltoys collection. Not all of them, not the whole collection, but the best collection. These right here are what I think are the best things that they've made. And with the release of their brand new 10 scale buggy right around the corner, I thought we would take a look back and see all the models that got them to the point here.
Well, I'm excited for that.
That thing
looks awesome.
Highly anticipated.
I'm hoping.
So we're going to kind of go through these one by one. I'm going to tell you about them. We're going to run them. We're going to smash them. And if you think that any one of these are right for you, I'm going to put a link down in the description and you can pick one up. They're super affordable. They're really durable. And for the money, they're pretty much unbeatable.
Even the parts availability isn't terrible.
No.
I have definitely purchased more name brand stuff with less availability on parts.
100%. And a lot of places, a lot of U.S. retailers are starting to carry parts for these.
Yeah.
You can find parts for like the 959 and the 144001 pretty easily on like eBay. So let's just start with the little guy here. This is the Wltoys 989. And if you're no stranger to the channel, you'll know that I have one of these. The strangely named...
Yeah.
Hoot and that thing is a riot to drive. That thing is really, really fast, built really well, and we had a blast with it ripping around the 10 scale garage here. And this is the newer version. This has a Porsche body on it, and it comes with drift wheels. So you know what that means. 4-wheel drive, drifting monster. This is 28th scale, so the same scale as a Mini Z. And it's made to compete against these Mini Zs. So looking at them side by side, I mean, obviously very similar. The Wltoys has a Lexan body, whereas the Kyosho Mini Z, obviously this has a really, really detailed hard body on it. So the Mini Z uses AAA batteries. We've just got some rechargeable guys in here at the moment. And the Wltoys actually comes with a teeny tiny little 2S LiPo. The chassis layout is quite different. Of course, they are both 4-wheel drive. The Wltoys, however, has an all-metal chassis. And it actually has like coil-over suspension. Obviously, the Mini Z is way, way, way more detailed. But I have some good news, because if you notice on the Wltoys, you see these little things right here, Ethan?
I do.
Those little guys, you know what those are for?
Mini Z body.
Yes, exactly. So you can take a Mini Z body, and it actually has provisions to mount them. Boom! And there you go. That is a Mini Z body. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, the Mini Z body has these front little adapter plates to fit different bodies. Well, guess what? Wltoys has accounted for that as well. So you can get like an auto scale body, and assuming the wheelbase is correct, I think this is a MR03.
Ooh.
But this is actually like a front wheel drive Kyosho Mini Z body. And I mean, there you go. You can have an all-wheel drive drifting Prius on your Wltoys chassis. Pretty awesome. And the same goes for wheels and tires as well. Kyosho Mini Z wheels and tires will bolt right up to this thing. So those are two things that are probably going to take the most abuse, and parts are probably available at your local hobby shop. You can get Mini Z wheels and tires and bodies at any reputable hobby shop. The rest of this chassis, oh my gosh. I mean, it's really chunky. It's all metal. You're not going to break that. But let's say you just can't find a Mini Z body that you like, and you're a tinkerer, and you're a bit of a mad scientist. Well, guess what? You can 3D print your own bodies for this thing. These things are definitely popular on the Thingiverse or like STL Finder, and you can find bodies, wheels, tires even, to print your own out of PLA. And here's one that I printed, and you know, for my first ever 3D printing attempt at a body, I don't think it's half bad. So the sky's the limit if you've got a 3D printer. You can print anything. I mean, you could print
Big old dick.
Life is what you make it. My shit been amazing. I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on shit I can't afford, but that's the price I pay for the memories I'm making. I've been going places. I've been shaking hands for a chance to really make it. This life is so abrasive, so I almost gave it. All this shit I'm laying, it's only the foundation. I've been going crazy, just trying to find a way. I was in the basement, trying to turn the page. I was going through the phase. Nobody see my face. I was chasing at the paper.
So that is the Wltoys 989. The Wltoys A959. Now, my first ever hobby grade RC was a Losi XX buggy. And this thing is leaps and bounds above that thing as far as technology goes. So if you were into RCs as a kid, if you had the Losi buggies or the team associated buggies, those things are really expensive now. And this is better in pretty much every single way at half the price, a quarter of the price. You can get into one of these things for 69 bucks, ready to run. That's battery, charger, transmitter, the whole thing, ready to go rip around the racetrack or rip around your yard, done. So they actually make two different versions of this. This one has a 380 size motor versus like a 540 size motor or a 550 size motor, which in my opinion is maybe just a little bit too powerful for this thing. This thing still goes like the clappers just fine. And inside, it is really simple, really easy to work on. You've got your 2-in-1 ESC receiver combo. It comes with a 2S LiPo battery. You've got an itty bitty little 5-wire servo here. And of course your motor with a heat sink on it. And everything is laid out really, really easy. It's a joy to work on. You know, none of the parts are super duper fiddly. And you can buy upgrades for this. Literally every piece on this thing, if you're into upgrading, you can get an upgrade for it.
It gets pretty ridiculous.
It gets crazy. I mean, we're talking carbon fiber, all aluminum. And when I say all aluminum, I mean like all aluminum,
and like it
everything.
was gold plated as well.
Yeah.
Like,
so you can build these things up to be ridiculous if you want to. Now, it does just come with friction shocks from the factory, you know, so there's no oil in those shocks, unfortunately. But, you know, that is a really simple and easy, inexpensive upgrade that will really improve the handling characteristics of this thing.
or even if you like it, there's no maintenance behind it, no changing your shock oil,
Yeah.
anything else like that. And
Yeah.
the couple we've played with these seem to handle all right with them as well, but upgrades always help.
For sure. So if you're young or if you're new to the hobby and you don't feel good about rebuilding shocks, hey, you don't have to worry about it with this. But that's enough talking about it. I think it's time to run it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The 144001. So this is by far and away one of my most popular videos. You guys have watched this video with this car where we took it out and bashed it over 250,000 times.
Thank you.
This has the most runtime of any Wltoys vehicles in the collection. This thing has got more airtime than a lot of
Even
other.
some of the race program.
Yeah. This thing is awesome. It's done countless laps around the track. It's gone out a lot of places with us where we've done other videos. This thing has been in the trunk and we pull it out and rip it around because it is so fun. You can take it anywhere. It's 14th scale, so it's not terribly large. But this thing is legit. Hear me out. This has got all oil-filled, fully adjustable suspension. The tires are a really, really nice compound.
Very grippy, too.
Very grippy. It's fast. We did like 30 mile an hour.
I think it was 34, 32,
34 mile an hour, something like that. Over 30 mile an hour. Totally stock. This thing is completely 100% stock. So we did strip the rear diff, but it was one of the spider gears, right?
Yeah, actually, one of the spider gears looked like it had come out and just grounded itself out, and I just put it all back together with that gear and filled it full of epoxy and send it.
And now it does wicked wheelies.
Oh, yeah, and donuts. And donuts.
We got an all-metal chassis. Obviously, this one has seen some battle damage because we do drive it quite a bit. It's got a 540 motor, a similar 2-in-1 ESC receiver combo, similar servo. The rest of it is the same, but again, really easy to work on. We did a live stream where we replaced the drive shafts, and we did it in like 10 minutes. There is a massive community of people behind this thing. There are guys that turn these into speedrun demons. There are guys that go over 100 mile an hour in this chassis.
Which I've actually, if I'm not mistaken, I ran across an STL file for a speedrun body for this, if I'm not mistaken.
They make a lot of upgrades for these, and this model in particular is getting more and more popular. So you're starting to see this. You're starting to see this supported on places like eBay and even Amazon. You can buy parts for these. So parts availability isn't really an issue. At least it's never been an issue with us.
So far, no. Not at all. Everything I've been able to find within a few searches and have within actually a couple to a few days.
And these are right around like $120. So again, you know, if you had a Losi XXX when you were a kid, this thing is better in every single way, and I mean, you can't even touch a Losi for less than $200 now. Radio, transmitter, battery, charger, all the stuff you need to go out and start ripping. And yeah, we love this thing.
Yeah, this one holds a dear place close to my heart.
And I cleaned the bejesus out of it for the video,
Thank
Ethan.
you very
Doesn't
much.
it look nice?
Thank you.
I think it looks beautiful. And last but not least, we have the biggest Wltoys that I own at the moment. This is the 124018. Odd name, but a really cool truck. This is basically the same as the 144001. It shares a lot of the same components. Pretty much all the electronics are the same. Wheels and tires are the same. Suspension is the same. It's just a longer, little bit beefier truck. So we still have the aluminum chassis, still built really well. But rather than having the buggy body, this has like a dune buggy truck body on it, which I think looks really cool. So as you notice, I actually have two of these. This is one that I got that I pre-ordered because I liked the Wltoys 144001 so much. I thought this one being a little bit bigger, it's going to be just as cool. So I got this one, painted the body with just a little bit of sandpaper and spray paint, and threw these Proline paddle tires on it, and this thing is wicked fun in the snow.
It's wild.
But this one is one that I got that I think I'm going to keep totally stock. And the really cool thing about this is the way that it opens. So similar to like a Losi Baja Ray or a Rock Ray or even like a Traxxas UDR, you're not really meant to take the body off. Instead, it's got this hinge system that allows you to get inside to the electronics. And that's how you can get into the battery and components like that. But you can get into one of these for like $130. Really, really budget friendly.
Was it a double battery as well?
No, that one just comes with
battery?
a single battery. But the good thing about these batteries is, you know, they're nothing special. I mean, this is just a little 1500 milliamp, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
you got
2200 milliamp 2S LiPo. It uses a Dean's connector.
Yep, I was just gonna say you got Dean's, so you can swap out batteries there. You're not.
Yeah, you're not limited to just
prioritized.
exactly. The parts availability for this is very, very similar to the 144001 just because it uses a lot of the same parts. And rather than talking about driving it, let's just do it. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this one. What do you think? Do you own any of these? Are you interested in any of these? Hopefully this video helped you out to learn a little bit more about what these things are about, or at least just have fun watching them rip, because we've got some certified rippers right here. Anyway, let me know down in the comment section below. If this is your first time checking out the channel, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you found it. We like to do RC shenanigans like this all the time. And we've got some wicked stuff coming up. You're going to want to stick around. Alright guys, until next time, 10scalegarage.com.
Boom. New shirt drop.
Represent.